Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So, it seems as if we're finally getting the first bit of solid information for the Frieza Saga Z campaign that will be happening in Dragon Ball Legends starting this reset. So, the official Dragon Ball Legends, again, X account, I'm just gonna call it Twitter, man. The official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter account has announced the first thing that we'll be getting in this entire campaign, and that is the next Zenkai unit, and that unit is none other than the green Kaioken Goku. So, you guys might know how I felt about this unit. Personally speaking, I did not really like this unit because his survivability was extremely low, you know, at the time anyway. And I know like people's opinions on the character can be completely different. That's perfectly fine. Personally speaking, I wasn't really a fan of the unit because his defenses were way too low. But hopefully this will be able to help him out a bit. So let's break down the tweet. So it says, Kaioken Goku's Zenkai Awakening is coming. Unlock all uniques to shorten ally sub counts by 4 times when performing a vanishing step. Draw an ultimate and activate other effects when entering battle if there is a defeated battle member once. Okay, so one good thing about this Goku is the fact that when you vanish, he's able to get his vanish back pretty quickly. So you're almost able to like vanish immediately afterwards, right? I forgot like the specific percentage that your vanish depletes when you vanish with him like the first time or whatever, but it's so minuscule that you can pretty much get your vanish back instantly, right? But apart from that though, the one thing about this Goku that I think he may suffer from is the lack of blast armor and the lack of nullifying endurance. Again, those are two extremely powerful abilities that are darn near necessary in this meta, right? Now, of course, his special move doesn't need any of that, right? Because his special move is Kamehameha, it's a projectile. But his ultimate attack is a rushdown move. Actually, I mean, of course it is. Like, the only character in the game that has a projectile-based ultimate is now the Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but I digress. So, one thing that would help out this unit is if they gave that ultimate attack blast armor. Is it possible for something like that to happen? Absolutely, right? Is it also possible for them to give that ultimate attack the property of nullifying endurance? Absolutely, and we've seen them do that already with some Zenkai units in the past. Do I think that's gonna happen? I have no idea. But what I will say though is being able to shorten your ally sub counts by 2 every time you vanish is great because it takes advantage of him being able to get his vanish back so fast. So the more you vanish, the greater probability you'll have of being able to swap out to literally anybody else. So that's good. Also, I'm hoping that with, you know, of course, the ultimate attack and whatnot, that they really increase the firepower because obviously the harder it hits, the better it is just in general retrospect, right? Also, it says that Goku draws an ultimate and activates other effects when entering battle if there's a defeated battle member. So, apart from everything I said earlier, that's actually really, really good. I mean, we have already seen on a multitude of occasions units that have more than one ultimate attack, how prevalent that is when it comes down to either dealing damage or in certain scenarios, nullifying endurance or whatever the case may be. So, knowing that this unit now has the ability to get 2 ultimate attacks is very, very scary, especially again if they increase the firepower and if for whatever reason they want to make it nullify endurance, they give it blast armor or whatever the case may be, then having 2 of those ultimate attacks is going to be devastating. Again, we've seen this with Trunks, we've seen this with Gogeta, we've seen this with Rose. We all know how powerful it is to have more than one ultimate attack in Dragon Ball Legends. It is extremely helpful, especially when you're in a pinch and you just need to deal that extra damage or whatever the case may be. But the way how I see this right now, I see it as they're trying to get this unit to come back. But again, if the information that we got during Daily Reset today, right, if that information is to be believed based on the picture that the Twitter account posted for the Frieza Saga campaign, you know, then we can only assume that we're going to be getting a new Kaioken Goku, like a brand new one. If anything, seeing that, because that image that they tweeted looks like the title screen like menu type art that they use, you know, for like Vegito Blue and, you know, Goku and Frieza, etc., right? It looks like that type of art. So if that's what it is, then we can expect to get a brand new Goku with that being like the main focus. And if that's the case, I think it's safe to assume that that Goku will be an LF unit. So I'm guessing that Goku's probably gonna be a green unit, because if he is, then he'll be able to take advantage of this Zenkai. You know, granted, you know, depending on what they, you know, boost, because it could be like green and like Frieza Saga Z, or, you know, green and Saiyan, or whatever the case may be. Honestly, if it was green and Saiyan, that'd actually be pretty nice. But again, it makes me believe that the Kaioken Goku that we're gonna get, which I'm again, this is pure speculation, I'm speculating that it's gonna be an LF Kaioken Goku. Him being a green unit would be good for him to be able to take advantage of this particular Zenkai. Now, of course, that Goku can be literally any element factor, right? He doesn't have to be a green unit by any means. Like, quite literally, for Frieza Saga Z, they can get any element factor updated, any of them, because all of them are primarily outdated. So, again, it doesn't really matter what element factor that Goku is, but it would be nice if he was green, just so he can take advantage of these Zenkai buffs. But then again, right, it's not to say that if he wasn't a green unit, then there's nothing that you can do, right? Like, maybe if he's a blue unit, right, you can try, like, Zenkai, or not Zenkai again, but trying to boost him, you know, as a blue unit with some Zenkai units. Or, you know, you guys hopefully catch my drift. All in all, though, it's going to be interesting to see how this Goku is going to perform in this current meta, especially because when it comes down to blue units, we're not really in a blue unit dominated. Well, no, I can't say that. There are actually some prevalent blue units that we do have to deal with, but there are also are still prevalent purple units. Like, for example, right, the blue units that this Goku could, like, you know, take advantage of would be Zamasu, Trunks, because he definitely made a comeback when he got his Zenkai, and Frieza, you know, tag Goku and Frieza. So those are 3 units that this unit could potentially shine against. But then the flip side is there's also some purple units that this unit would have to look out for. Prime examples would be Goku, of, you know, the Goku and Frieza unit. You know, what else? Gogeta Blue is another one, because he's still very relevant in this meta as well. So again, it's kind of, I don't know. It feels like this Zenkai is gonna be in a very weird position, just because, again, one of the best units in the game is our first, like, dual element factor tag unit, right? With a very powerful mechanic of being able to counter, you know, or cover change, Rising Rush, I should say. So, well, it's cover change and countering in general. So, but yeah, they're able to counter Rising Rush, and their element factors either give this Kaioken Goku an advantage against them or a disadvantage. And a lot of teams that I've at least personally seen online are centralized around that unit. So it's really, really gonna be difficult unless they give him like an ability for like element neutrality, or they make his ultimate attack, like, I don't know, give it feint or whatever the case may be, right? Just something to give him the edge in battle, so that way it's not too much of a high risk, high reward type situation. Then I think that, you know, if it's something like that, then I think this Goku will be okay. And I always say, especially with non-LF Zenkais, worst case scenario, like if the odds are just not in that unit's favor whatsoever, like, again, their offense is maybe bad, their defense is bad, whatever the case may be, they're just not viable in this meta. At the very least, they're a boost unit for another unit. So again, it's not all like doom and gloom. Like, I'm hoping that this Goku gets like a significant buff, because this unit he's been outdated for a very, very long while now. But again, worst case scenario, he's at least a boost unit for some other unit. And that is not a bad thing at the end of the day. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure since they're giving us this information now, we'll be getting this update during the reset. But again, we'll see what happens. But All in all though, I do want to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on Kaioken Goku getting a Zenkai awakening? Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.